And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, filling in for your consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Got an awesome lineup here. This is the first time I get to talk to the one, the only, the myth, the man, the legend, Logan Briggs here in studio. I think last time I talked to him, it was over the phone, so it's nice to see him face to face.
It's great to be here.
Nice, man. But before we do, we'd like to showcase some of the properties available to you by the Platinum Coastal Elite MVP team, Keller Williams, available here in the Bay Area. We have 1109 South San Remo Avenue. This is in Clearwater, Florida. It's a 2-bedroom. It's got a bonus room. That sounds cool. 2-bath, 1,858 square feet corner lot. I like that. Oversized 2-car garage, updated kitchen, remodeled bathrooms, large sunroom, screen lanai, whole house generator, which is amazing. That's an awesome extra feature to have in your home, especially here in Florida. And wheelchair accessibility, which is up to code. And that bathroom looks really nice. You know, oftentimes when they put in like that little like wheelchair help or those little grips and stuff in the bathroom, they don't do a nice job of making it sit in with the the layout there, making it look good. This one looks pretty good. It looks like you like if I was building a bathroom and I wanted like an industrial look thrown in there. So it's a nice property right here, 1109 South San Remo Avenue in Clearwater, Florida. Another property we'd like to showcase for you is 18466 Coastal Shore Terrace, Land O'Lakes. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1,916 square feet, sitting on 0.2 acres, which is really cool. Brand new, never before lived in home with screened-in back patio. Kitchen boasts of gorgeous cabinets, complemented by quartz countertops, lightning stainless steel gas cooktop. You got primary, has a walk-in closet. You got generously sized bedrooms, pre-wired for an alarm system. Got to throw that alarm in there. Exceptional amenities, the resort-style pool. It's 19,000 square foot clubhouse. That's amazing. World-class gym. That's where I'd be getting my lift on. And meeting rooms. That's pretty cool in this community here. 18466 Coastal Shore Terrace in Land O'Lakes, Florida. And you can see all the properties available by the Platinum MVP team at platinumcoastalelite.com. All right, in studio with Logan Briggs. What's up, man? I see you. I like the look. I see some different swag, something different in your eyes there. What do we got going on here?
Yeah, so I had some great time at my previous employer, but now I'm branched out on my own with Gulf Shield Roofing. Very, very exciting. I've got some amazing team with me to support me, and we're out there building trust one roof at a time with all of Tampa Bay. So we're really, really excited. And can't say enough for the support and the response we've gotten from the community so far. And it's just always exciting when you go out and do it yourself.
It is very exciting. I remember when I first started my first business, and there's like this nervous energy to it because you're stepping out of but that's when all great things happen in life, right? When you step out of that comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, too, like, you've done this before. It's not something like, you decided you're just going to be a sushi chef and you open a sushi place, on Monday. So you have a certain level of comfort as you transition. But sometimes in life, you got to take that leap. You got to take that leap.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I come from a company where we're building, 5,000 to 7,000 roofs a year, right? For the last 5 to 6 years, I've been doing that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I get to build 150. And that's, we're not trying to be the biggest. We're trying to be the best. And that's a really big focus for us.
Yeah.
Like I'm at my builds, I'm in the home with my homeowners, and I'm getting them from start to finish, and I think homeowners love that. They don't get that a lot with not only just contractors in general, but especially in roofing, right? You have a sales rep that comes there, that handcuffs you to the table till you sign it, and then you never see him again.
Correct.
Right? That's not how we do business. We're building relationships. We're working for that review and that referral. That's the number one thing. I mean, we tell my homeowners, like, at the end of this, you will write us a 5-star review because we're going to earn it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's so important. And we're no money down, so customers aren't giving us 50% down like some of these contractors are requesting. 30%, 20%. We're zero money down, right? And we're able to have a lot of confidence in that because we know what we're doing, right? Yeah. This isn't the first roof we've built. It's the first Gulf Shield roof, but it's not the first roof we built in Tampa.
Right.
And that's so important because we have the confidence that we're going to do a phenomenal job, but we also have great partners like Owens Corning, who's going to, who we put on the best shingle. We're not out there cutting corners.
Yeah.
So it's been a great experience, and homeowners are loving it.
Yeah, that's a big difference maker right there. When you have a quality product, quality service, and then also to be personable, because that's lost in like essentially any industry. Like, dude, the last time you went to a restaurant, I don't know about you, but I don't know, man. I haven't had a great restaurant experience in a long time, except for maybe Brio. Brio's treated us very nicely.
Yeah.
But Ours Creole, and I'm not just pumping them because they're part of the show. Like, that's some of the best New Orleans style cuisine,
check it out,
dude, I've ever tasted. Man, it's amazing. But anyways, you go to a standard place, like, and I'm the kind of person that, like, once you've messed up with me, like, I have a 2-strike rule. The first time there's an incident, I'm like, maybe it was me. Maybe I read the scenario wrong. Yeah. You know, maybe she didn't hear me the first 5 times I asked if I could have water. You know. But then when it gets to like number 10, now we've doubled this. I'm like, okay, now this is this person not wanting to serve and stuff. It's like, so why? Sure. Listen, I get it. You need a paycheck. Not everybody loves their job, but you're service industry. And the reality is, all industries are service industry. Yeah. You know, even when you go to the hospital, medical care, that you're expecting decent bedside manner. You want me to treat you like a human being, right? Yeah. When you're there. So same thing. Yeah, I had an experience very similar to that when I was remodeling my. I had that exact scenario of remodeling my bathroom, my master bathroom in the home. Sales guy came. I didn't know that. I thought I was meeting like the owner of the company.
You think you were meeting a contractor.
I thought I was meeting the dude who's going to be working on my home, right? Some sales dude walks in, and again, so we sat down at my dining table for like an hour, and he's like a la carte, like putting all these things together. And like, again, never saw him again. Yeah. You know, after that. So it's crazy, and the complete disconnect as you move. So I love when the business makes you feel like not essentially like family, but like you actually care. Right. Like, you're not just trying to get a paycheck, do the house, and then dip out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm building a legacy here, you know, and it's not only for myself, my family, but for the people that work for me, too, right? So I have a responsibility to them to do a great job because we've got to work for that referral. Like, that's what's so important within roofing and in general, just kind of in contracting and, you know, as a whole, is you should be working for that referral. Sure. And that's where our business is. We take that customer experience to a different level. Yeah. And that's where, you know, our point of difference really is. Yeah. You know, is that, like I said, like, I'm the licensed roofer. You're not going to meet a lot of licensed roofers that come into your home to sell you a roof. It's just, it doesn't happen. They hire sales reps. It's not the owner. It's not the licensee. Yeah. It just doesn't exist. And so oftentimes they might not know. Every roof's a little different, right? So they might not know exactly what to do. Yeah. So it's important that we take a lot of pride in that. That even our people that work for me, they're getting their license, and that's a requirement, right? So we want everyone to have that. And if they leave my company to go better themselves, great. Yeah. And if they leave the company because of me, then that's my own fault, right? Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's just a different level of accountability with us.
Yeah, even if they ever did decide to leave, they still got to give you cred though for you know, you gave them their start and you educated them. Oh, so where'd you get your start at? Oh, it was with Gulf Shield Roofing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So how big is the team right now? Like the operation, what's it looking like?
So there's 4 of us that are out there in the operation side, and then we have 3 crews that are out there building all of our roofs. So, you know, we've got really tight labor in the sense of like, we don't just pick up the phone and let anyone build our roofs. We have to make sure that our crews are screened, vetted, and that they're licensed too. Nice. Right. So I only like to deal with other licensed roofers. Right. I you know, not to say I won't give other people a chance. Sure. Right. But at the same time, it's like, are you getting your license? And if no, why aren't you getting your license? You're a roofer, right? You should be going towards that to become licensed. So, you know, it's been a very, it's been a great experience learning and working with the crews. Yeah. You know, because they all do things very, very differently, but they have to do things the Gulf Shield way, and that's what that puts the customer first.
I like that. We're gonna coin that, the Gulf Shield way, baby.
Yeah, right.
Like You've tried the others, now try the Gulf Shield way.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is this your first business venture, like where it's like a startup for you, where you like go into it? Is this your first, like your whole run of like trying to get something up and running like this?
Yeah, so it would definitely in roofing. Yeah, yeah, it is. You know, I started my with, you know, back in 2018 with a roofing contractor, the largest one in the state, 4th in the country. Yeah. I was all over the you know, I was in Phoenix selling roofs for him, and then Raleigh, North Carolina, and then Atlanta and Texas. Yeah. So I was going all over opening branches for them. So I have a ton of experience just in roofing, just across the country. Yeah. But no, I've had some startups where I actually had a really cool like online app back in like 2005. Okay. Right? So it was way back in the day when like cell phones were just coming out, and it was like going to help homeowners find the best meal for their family.
So you're like a pioneer there. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I was just a little ahead of my time, but we were in Ohio, right? So like people are like, what? I should have started like LA or New York. But it was such a great experience, and that's where I got a taste for entrepreneurship when it was like really creating something from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and then going out there and showing, you know, at that time, restaurant owners how we can help their business.
Yeah.
And, you know, helping small businesses and showing them how they can advertise and why an online presence is so important back then. Because people were like, no, you know, they would have never thought about ordering their food online.
They don't get it. They didn't get it because most people aren't visionaries.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of times it's not until they've seen a proven model that they're like, oh, we need to do that.
Yeah.
The difference makers, though, are always the people that, no, I see this, man, before it happens. You have to be the visionary. You have to realize. I mean, look at where that is now.
Yeah.
Everything. Do you guys have an app? I mean, everybody
It's
needs an app now.
I'm sure we'll have one.
Yeah,
I'm sure we will. But
yeah.
it's just unbelievable how that's become. I mean, and like even in like the real estate or the construction that I did, you know, because I was flipping a lot of homes too, and like between like 2010 to like 2015.
That was the bridge to get into roofing?
Yeah. Okay. Well, just got my hands in construction.
Okay.
And building something with your hands from start to finish and kind of standing back in
Again, creation, visualization, and creation.
It's kind of addictive. You know, and that's why I love roofing because one, it's such a need. You're helping so many homeowners. You're protecting their largest investment. But at the end of the day, like it's a difference. I see the difference. Yeah. And it's, you know, sometimes it takes 1 day, sometimes it takes 2 days, maybe sometimes it takes 3. Yeah. But regardless, our time is so quick and it's so action packed to get that roof built and completed. And it's just, there's such a great satisfaction at the end of the day that I have I sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you have a sense of pride in your work. And that goes back to what I was saying about like the servers and stuff like that, is that the people that are, you know, not being personable, they don't have a sense of pride in what they're doing.
Right.
You know, and I think it was, I quote Abraham Lincoln a lot, but I don't want to misquote him. I think it was him that said, like, you know, whatever you're going to do, whatever you do in life, like be great at it, but like have pride in what it is, what you're doing. Essentially, is what it comes down to. You have to have the sense of pride in what you're doing. And if you're in an industry or you're doing a job right now where you don't have that sense of pride, listen, I get it. You gotta make a paycheck, do what you gotta do right now. But you're gonna be unhappy. Eventually, get into something where you are doing your thing and you're proud of what you're doing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's so important. Like if you're not happy, get out of it. There's so much opportunity in this country. There's so much opportunity, and you know I would highly recommend. You know, construction is a great career. Any trade. Yeah. There's a shortage of trades all over our country, not just in Florida. It feels like it's just in Florida, but there are, you know, there's a huge shortage of just labor in general. And if you can work with your hands, and you like that creative side, you can make a lot of money, but then you can have a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can pave your way. You can do that. That's awesome. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back here with Logan Briggs and his amazing new venture, Gulf Shield Roofing, and we're gonna see what else kind of knowledge Logan can drop on us about the entrepreneurial spirit in the world of roofing. All right, so stay tuned, stay with us. ConsumerQB.com. Don't touch that dial.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. They offer the very best nationwide coverage on 4G and 5G LTE networks and exceptional 100% US-based customer support. Patriot Mobile offers discounts for veterans and first responders, NRA members, and families with multiple lines. Learn more at patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. That's patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach out at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. And we'd be happy to tell you more about Patriot Mobile. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host for the day, Alex BlackBelt Lima with BlackBelt Fitness and Martial Arts, filling in for your consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You know what we do here? We bring you local experts and people that just have been in their profession and knowledge, field of choice for a very, very long time, breaking it down for you so you can make more informed decisions as you go and purchase, like with our friends here, Logan Briggs with Gulf Shield Roofing. I don't know, I've never personally met anybody that has more knowledge in the roofing industry, so and then in multiple states and stuff as well, so that's impressive. But before we get more into it here with Logan, let's go ahead and talk about some of the properties available by the Platinum MVP team. Next property we'd like to highlight is 7312 Summit Avenue in Lakeland, Florida. It's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 2-car garage. You got 2 home offices, flex space and a basement, heated solar panel with heated pool, solar pool. Well, solar pool, that's interesting to me, with a screened-in lanai. Expansive half-acre lot, over 5,100 square feet of air-conditioned living space. Stainless steel appliances. Owner's suite is spacious and tranquil, with private access to the lanai. I like that. I like my tranquility and spaciousness. In-suite bath with double vanities and a jacuzzi tub. I'm all about that jacuzzi tub. Look at that fireplace. That's awesome. I like this little property right here. Nice little the agriculture in the front there. You got some nice plants and bushes and everything, nice and trimmed. I like it. That's 7312 Summit Avenue in Lakeland, Florida. Another property we'd like to highlight for you is 5930 River Road. This one's in Newport Richey. Let's jump over to Newport Richey. Got a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. You got a carport, 1-car garage, detached, about almost 2,000 square feet, heated square feet, sitting in a 0.56 acre lot. It rests on 80 feet of the Coatee River. That's pretty cool, sitting there close to the river. Got a kitchen with an oak breakfast bar, greenhouse window, ample cabinets, walk-in pantry, elegant tile backsplash. The formal dining room with a chandelier. Got to have that chandelier when you want to show off, right? Stained glass windows, large picture window with a view of the river. There you go. Living room features, beautiful home, oak wood floors, and the Florida room, covered lanai for al fresco dining. I like just saying that, al fresco dining. 5930 River Road, Newport Richey, Florida. You can check that property out and all of the ones available by the Platinum MVP team at platinumcoastaleelite.com. All right, back in business, back in studio with the man himself, Logan Briggs. Logan,
Hey.
So with Gulf Shield Roofing, what's the process like? So someone calls you, they reach out to you, and they want to get an estimate or something on the house. How does that all work from
We'll
start
get
to
to
finish?
that. But
Okay.
on that first property you showed, did I hear you say basement?
So that's what tripped me up at first too.
What?
I was like, basement. I'm like, what's up with that?
Got to learn more about that.
I'm gonna do a deeper dive into that
That's
because I
awesome.
haven't seen a basement since I visited friends in Michigan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm from Ohio originally, and
Okay.
basements were my thing, man.
Okay.
You could throw anything down there. It was always cool down there. We hung out a lot in our basements.
I loved it, man. We
Yeah.
worked out, had a sauna in there. It was cool. So are you an official Buckeye? You a Buckeye guy?
I'm a Bearcat.
Okay,
University of
represent.
Cincinnati Bearcats is
Okay.
where I graduated from.
I'll take that.
I went to Texas 2 years ago to watch them play in the college playoffs
Oh, nice.
against Alabama. It was so much fun. Always a Bearcat.
Nice,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Awesome.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Got
but
to
awesome.
rep your roots for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, so back to your question. Sorry, I had to ask that.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, so the roofing process in Florida has changed a lot over the years.
Mm-hmm.
There's all different kind of avenues where homeowners can find, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Google, of course, is a popular place where homeowners can find contractors.
Yeah.
So there's no. You shouldn't have issues getting contractors out to your home.
Right.
I mean, Gulf Shield Roofing, we're with it. We're doing same day estimates typically.
Getting the right one to you.
Yes,
though. That's the Gulf Shield way.
That is the
difference.
Gulf Shield way, and that we start by doing same day estimates. Right?
Yeah,
I was in a
nice.
homeowner's.
Same day.
Yeah, I was in a homeowner's house yesterday, and they had 5 different, like roofing, marketing materials out there. I said, "Why? So am I the last one?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. None of them give me an estimate yet."
What?
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, so I haven't got an estimate from anybody." So he about fell out of his chair when I handed him a paper estimate with his price on it.
Yeah.
Like, there were some homeowners that are like, "Yeah, just email it to me later." I'm like, "No, I'm going to write it up and we're going to go over it."
That's
So from what I can tell, I might be the only one in the city that actually does same day estimates and actually hands the homeowner the contract so they can actually read it versus going on an iPad and having to scroll.
Yeah.
So I was that's been something that's becoming more and more popular, which in my opinion isn't a good thing.
No,
when it comes to roofing, right? I mean, you should have a contractor there, especially in roofing. Maybe not all the trades, but in roofing, it's just simple math. If you're able to get up on that roof, you should be able to write them up an estimate that same day.
That sounds a little sus to me. That even sounds even deeper, like they're sending like a salesman to go out there
100%.
and they're just kind of getting some pictures and scanning, and then they're going to hand that off to someone else to then rack up the numbers for you and give it. So you don't have that official professional coming out
Right.
off the bat to give you like the the appropriate,
which is like they're
which
not
is what
training.
you expect. If I'm calling you to come to my house to look at my roof, I'm thinking the pro is coming, and he's going to give me my numbers, and we're going to talk business, and we'll see if we can make it work.
Not the case. A lot of the roofers don't even get up on roofs. And no, look, I don't get up on every roof either. Some of them are just too dangerous. They're too old. They're slippery. I got to go home at night, right? So,
definitely.
But a lot of them, they don't even get up on there. They might walk the property, they jump back in their car, and they'll say, hey, we'll email it to you in a week or so.
Wow.
It really slows down the process for a lot of homeowners because, look, a lot of homeowners need the roof now, right? They have a leak. Their insurance is dropping them. Their insurance is going up. There's different reasons, or they're selling their home, right? They need to get that roof estimate. And that's what we've noticed a lot lately is that just roofers aren't doing it. So every one of our estimates are, our appointments last anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour long max. We're not taking your whole day. We're not coming at 6 or 7 o'clock when both homeowners are there. We're not eating dinner with you unless you want to. I've done it.
Yeah, I'll take a sandwich.
But by invitation, right? Yeah. So, I mean, so it's no obligation. There's no pressure sales tactics.
That's
and
awesome.
You shouldn't have any roofer acting like that. There are a lot out there that will definitely pressure and hold homeowners down. Sign here. Or they might start at $50,000 for their roof, and by the time you keep saying no, they might get down to the $15,000 mark, which it should be. So there's a lot of predatory sales tactics out there in the roofing arena. So I would just tell homeowners, that you should always get at least 3 to 5 estimates. Really see what's out there, see what the materials they're offering. Make sure they're locally owned and operated and they're licensed, right? So Florida is very strict when it comes to licensing.
Yeah.
They should have that in their folder that they're giving you. That copy of that license should be there. You should see that along with the certificate of insurance as well. They should have general liability and workers' comp because that's their people. You got to make sure that you're protecting yourself as a homeowner.
Definitely.
And then from there you can look at materials, workmanship, warranties. And as long as in that bottom line too, the price, of course, is always going to be important.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you have to be comfortable with what you're doing, but oftentimes, you get what you pay for. So just because someone's, you guys come in and you give a fair, honest price, and someone tries to undercut you some, you get what you pay for, though. I would always spend just a little bit more to get the quality and who I'm comfortable working with. But that's me personally.
In our end, we're not the most expensive, but we're also not the cheapest. We usually fall right in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to make sure our homeowners, get a great system and a roof, and they're not being taken advantage of. We have a lot of roofers out there. Like, just for example, I was over in the Newport Richey area, and this homeowner, I handed her estimate, and it was around like $12,000. And she goes, wow, you're $6,000 off. I said, well, wait a minute. Your roof's, almost 2,500 square feet. I'm not sure. And, do you mind sharing the estimate with me? And she went and got it. And she handed it to me. And it was written on just a plain piece of paper. Right? No contractor header, no license number, none of that. All the things that you have to have on your estimate.
So she could have wrote it before you came in.
Right, yeah, she could have. He had like a stamp. It was odd. It was like a stamp of his company.
It's an official document. It has a stamp.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's got a stamp, it's official,
it's
right?
legit.
You know it's legit. So he had that, but it was a roof over. And for anybody of the listeners out there, a roof over is when you have your existing roof and you just go over it with an existing shingle, right? So if it's shingle, you're actually putting shingles just over it and you're nailing it to that.
Just putting a Band-Aid
which
on.
Can be a disaster for homeowners. That's very common up in the northern area. They'll put down an underlayment, then they'll put shingles down. Because up there,
about a minute.
They don't have the weather we have, But there, it should never be done in the state of Florida, ever, ever, ever. Like if a customer wanted us to do it, we're like, nope, not doing it. But that's what we're seeing out there. So that's what I'm saying. It's important to get a couple estimates. If you're not going to have Gulf Shield do it, have a couple estimates out there so you can compare what contractors are offering. And those estimates are always hard to read, so you can always reach out to us for questions. We always help homeowners out because we can't re-roof everything, right? We wish we could, but we can't. So we'll always help homeowners with those questions.
Nice. The Gulf Shield Roofing way.
That's
I like
right.
it. You got to bring in that quality every time you step in. Real quick, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, they always visit our website, www.gulfshieldroofing.com. You can call me directly, 813-599-0428. Text, call, voicemail. I will get back to you that same day. Believe that.
Awesome.
Facebook, too, of course.
All right, Logan, thanks for coming in, man, and dropping that knowledge on us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
No, dude, anytime. So another great show today. We had myself on earlier, and then I jumped into the hot seat, so that's kind of cool. And then we had Bernie Jocks, always great every time he comes in here, man. That guy's really fighting for Florida. I love Bernie every time I get a chance to talk to him. We're here. Follow us always. www.consumerqb.com. Catch you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your...